camera is being weird for some reason. So anyway, I'm really fascinated by seeing waiting, which is something that I've been very used to throughout my life, as more so of a blockage, right? Waiting for the external to change, waiting for something to happen out there to start. I watched a video uh, the other night. It was last night actually, and the video was all about how a lot of us we wait for relationships to happen in order for us to start doing something, whether it's traveling or whatever it is, right? And that obviously comes with like external validation. Maybe we don't feel like we can do it by ourselves. Maybe we feel like we need something or someone to do it, right? Um, and I'm really learning to go about life the opposite way around. A really good case in point is like over the past year and a half now, maybe 2 years, I've actually been doing a lot of traveling and a lot of road tripping, specifically road tripping. And I previously believed that I needed to have people in my life to do things. I really did. I believed that I needed to like have company to go places and to do things. Um, but it's fascinating because at this point, like as I heal and as I do the work on myself, I'm realizing that the more time that I can take to spend by myself is actually the most important thing. Um, and I see waiting now as more so like a toxic energy, more so like a blockage, right? Because like if you think that you need all of these other things when you really don't, if you think that you need people in your life to do things, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great to have relationships, it's great to have friends, it's great to have company and everything, but you really don't need it. You don't need any of these things that you previously thought you did. And when you I mean, that in and of itself, the reason why I appreciate that so much is because it really speaks to how beliefs can shape your life, how they can transform your reality. And when you start to see that you can actually do things by yourself and you can actually do whatever it is that you want to, and it doesn't actually matter that much, it's not that big of a deal, right? It really starts to transform how you see yourself, and you stop waiting so much for the external to change. Oh, when I'm in a relationship, then I'll feel loved, and then I'll love myself. Oh, when I have money, then I'll feel abundant. Oh, when I have time off, then I'll feel free. When I have this or when I have that, then I'll feel this, that, and the other. And that's the fascinating thing about this whole dynamic too, is that it has to do with the whole model of Newtonian versus quantum, right? Newtonian is all about cause and effect, right? You're waiting for something out there, someone, something out there to happen to feel something, right? But then when you actually take it back on yourself and you stop waiting for the external to change for you to feel something, the entire dynamic transforms. It's such a fascinating experience. It really is. And so, like, actually, for a while now, for a few months now, I've been thinking that there are things that I want to do, right? Places that I want to go, and I keep thinking that I need to wait for people to be in my life to do that, right? Um, but it's fascinating because, like, when you don't wait, right? When you actually just do what it is that you want to do, like the entire energy dynamic transforms and it changes, and you actually start to put yourself first, and you start to dissolve these beliefs that you have, these beliefs of limitation, these beliefs of, oh, I need this, that, and the other. They're just beliefs. That's all they are. They're only beliefs, and that's as far as they go. And we have to realize that in order for the entire dynamic to change, right? um the amount of times that I've wanted to do things throughout my life and I haven't allowed myself to do them because, like, oh, and by the way, a great example, right? I'm going to use this as a perfect example. Um, I've had a belief for a long time now that I need a certain amount of subscribers on YouTube for me to be considered something or someone, or for me to do something else, right? Like, it's like maybe, for instance, I want to become a speaker, right? And it's like, oh, well, no one's going to take you seriously unless you're at this point or unless you're at that point. this is an example of waiting, right? You're waiting for that to happen in order for you to be able to see yourself as this and then therefore pursue that, right? Oh, you're waiting for this relationship to happen for you to feel worthy and for you to feel validated and for you to feel loved, right? I personally think that it's just not beneficial for starters, but I'm really starting to see that it is actually toxic because it stops a person from living, right? It stops a person from actually pursuing what they want to do with their life. And something that I've really been thinking about is the rest of my life and how much more time I have here and the things that I actually want to do, right? Versus just, things that I've been used to doing, right? Um, and by the way, the whole dynamic of being used to doing, it has a lot to do with, the comfortable and familiar dynamics of belief systems, of waiting, of this, that, and the other, and just thinking that I need to be at that point in order for you know anything to happen. It's just not. It's not the reality of it. It's not the reality of it. There's no need to wait for anything. There's no need to wait for anyone. There's no need to wait in general, right? I think that we've been taught throughout our lives to wait, and I think that it's a very unhealthy thing to do because, like, I don't know, just doing it is what it's all about. Stepping into that frame, stepping into that power, stepping into that reality is everything. That's the whole dynamic. That's how it works. That's how life works. That's how the unfolding of this incredible experience that is life works. That's it, right? Life doesn't wait. No, nothing waits. Nobody waits. We're all here right now, and that's the marvel of this incredible experience, right? Is that everything is available right now. Everything that you want is here right now. All you have to do is be the match for that, right? And I can tell you right now that I hope you guys can hear me, by the way. I'll take off the mic and put it closer to my mouth. The most important thing to understand about this is that when you choose to step into action and you choose to step into that reality, everything just starts to unfold. Honestly, like for instance, for me, I really wanted to be a YouTuber, not because I mean it was for different reasons. It was for back then it was for validation, it was for numbers, it was for all that stuff, right? Now, it's a totally different matter. It's like I want to be a YouTuber because I have things that I love talking about and I love adding value to people's lives. And like the way that I approach this kind of stuff, honestly, is it's from a standpoint of doing what I enjoy. I'm doing this as a means to enjoy it, not a means to an end, but as a means to enjoy it. And I previously waited for people to tell me that I could do this. I literally asked people. I was like, how do you think I should approach this? What do you think I should do? Just do it. Just starting is the magic. Starting is where everything happens. Starting is the power. Just actually putting yourself into motion and moving and moving and moving and moving and just doing and doing. That's the power. That's when everything transforms. That's when reality sees you and it's like, oh, I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing here, right? And then you can do it, right? And that's just that's the magic. I love it. And so like just to give an example too, like I woke up this morning and my phone was giving me a hard time in terms of recording the video. And for some reason, my phone would not let me record a fucking video. It was very frustrating. And then I thought about it, and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna need to figure out a different way to do my YouTube videos because I'm not going to stop. This is something that I really enjoy doing. I love adding value to people's lives through everything that I know and everything that I learn. And so I had to think different ways around it. I had to think different ways of going about, producing a YouTube video and, showing up here because this is important to me, right? So again, it's not about waiting. It's not at all about waiting. It's about just doing what it is that you need to do, and everything else just kind of happens. Everything else that's the reality of it. So, yeah.